Good morning. It's me again with my book. The bathtub is in the attic. I want to read my story of my near-death experience. The voices, demanding, metallic, reverberant voices, pounding my eardrums with their constant, repeating demand. You have to go back. You have to go back. You have to go back. Louder and faster, they surrounded me with their command. "Leave me alone! Leave me alone!" I cried. I was floating, twisting, sliding, faster, faster through this strange dark tunnel. I knew I must hurry. I must not listen to these voices. They were mocking me with their, "You have to go back! You have to go back!" I would not listen. I seemed to be speeding faster, ever faster, but I was still surrounded by their strident sound. Why couldn't I get away from them and reach the safe, bright light at the end of the tunnel? I knew that happiness and peace awaited me, but the tunnel was extending itself so that the light was always farther away. Then it disappeared, and the voices ceased at last. I was so cold. Why can't I get warm? I feel like I have ice in my blood. I have never been so cold. I heard another voice, a soothing, loving, familiar voice. "Agnes, we're here. Wake up." A hand touching me. It was warm and soft as it stroked my cold forehead. I wanted to open my eyes, but it was so hard to do. Try harder. I forced my mind to concentrate. Then I saw them. Mom was stroking me. Ivan was holding my hand. Dad, my sisters, Ivan's sister Arlene and her husband, all my family standing around me. I tried to speak, but I couldn't say anything. I closed my eyes. Again I heard that familiar voice. I opened my eyes. They were still there. I thought, why don't they come back when I can visit? Mom said, "You were so sick. We thought we lost you for a while. You surprised everyone. You had twins, a boy and a girl." Ivan was crying as he held my hand. I drifted off again. The next time I awoke, I remembered. When I got out of bed that morning, there was bright red blood. I was 7 months pregnant with my 6th child. My last 2 deliveries were cesarean sections, and this one would be the same. There was no indication that I was carrying twins. I called to Ivan. "Don't go to work. Something is wrong. I better go to the hospital." He rushed me there, and I was prepped for immediate surgery. That's all I remembered until now. I tried again to speak. "I'm so cold, so cold." They had wrapped me from head to toe in warm blankets. The doctor was there. "You lost a lot of blood and are cold from shock," he explained. "Do I have twins?" "Yes, but they are very tiny. They are in incubators." I slept again. Each time I awoke, they explained more. "Your uterus ruptured when we began the surgery. We gave you 8 units of blood and had to do an emergency hysterectomy to save your life." "When can I see the babies?" I asked. "Not yet. They are so small and may not make it." The next morning, the doctor and Ivan were at my bedside. The babies didn't make it. They both died. Ivan told me with tears in his eyes. The doctor explained that their lungs were not developed. The girl weighed 3 pounds, the boy 2.5 pounds. They were baptized before they died. Catherine Mary and Carrie Neal Tippery. "We will bury them tomorrow," Ivan said. I would not be there. I never saw them. The next day I began to bleed again, and they gave me another unit of blood. About an hour afterwards, I went into shock again. I was given something to help, and soon began my road to recovery. I stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks, then went to Arlene's home for a week. Finally, I was allowed to go home to my waiting family. It was so good to see those 5 little boys again. My physical recovery went well, and I was back to normal within 2 months. The grieving for the babies takes a lifetime, being very acute at first, then fading to the background of my mind, but always there. And the dream about the voices was in the back of my mind, but I never spoke to anyone about it. About 10 years later, I was visiting a cousin in Washington State, and we started talking about strange dreams. I told her I had a dream that I never forgot, and I described it to her about the voices and the tunnel with a light at the end. Her eyes got so big and she was looking at me so strangely. "It was only a dream," I said. "Have you heard of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross?" she asked. "No, who is she?" I asked. "She did research and wrote a book about near-death experiences. She wrote about other people who had an episode like yours when they were very sick." Cora brought the book to me. Many others described my encounter, the tunnel and the light. So was it a dream or a near-death experience? Some people say it changed their lives, but I can't say that my lifestyle changed after my experience, although I did have more appreciation for nature and the little things in life. I am glad that the voices urged me to go back. There were 5 little boys and a husband who needed me. And the light will be there when I am ready for my final journey through the tunnel. When I get there, I'll see the babies that have been waiting for me since April 22nd, 1961. Thank you.